RJ joining?
I don't know. We'll find out. If he joins, he joins.
He dies.
If he dies, he dies. All right. Page you manage. Harlan, do you got
Dunk, what
do you got
time is he
Facebook?
available on Thursday?
What's that?
I said, what time is he available on Thursday?
Yeah.
True.
Did you like my will you shut up, man? As the Mike Pence. Yeah. That's my go-to now, dude. When people are fucking around, I send a screenshot of Mike Pence with, will you shut up, man?
You mean Biden?
Shut up, man.
It wasn't
That's what happens
Pence.
when Dunk tries to get political.
Biden, right?
Oh, great. Oh, use can't. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, Biden, Joe.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Me,
Now they
Joe
changed
Biden.
live up on me, so I got to figure this shit out.
How about the fly last night? You boys see that?
Yeah, that was intense, man.
Pretty sure that's all I heard about.
Yeah, it definitely. If you were on the internet today, you seen that.
I followed the fly on Twitter too, by the way.
He's got Twitter
I
account.
checked out before that even turned on last night, so I was beat.
I didn't watch it either, but I seen it on internet.
That's the only thing I know about, though, is the fly. That's it. I mean, I don't know anything else that happened. I just know there's a fly.
That's the only important thing that happened.
There's currently a fly in my garage right now, and I'm not happy about it. Share that link. I'm gonna go ahead and share the link so we can go live at 7. 3 minutes later, link not shared.
Yeah, I'm typing the intro there, Bob.
I know. I put a shirt on since we got a guest. Thought I'd do that.
You want to scare the fuck off, especially if we have a female guest here coming up. Definitely go shirt.
Well, and it's getting cold outside, so I think the shirts. Well, we can get into that. Shirts are going to be back.
Must be nice. It never gets cold here, so.
Oh, we're live. Look at that.
We are live action. Okay.
We are live.
When that's gonna change Big Fleetwood Mac right now.
Yeah, because you're high. Of course you are. You're a huge Fleetwood Mac fan right now.
I'm just glad I might be able to finally watch the NFL game on Thursday night.
Hey, Beaver, I'm excited for you.
Thanks.
All right. So we're live. Let me share on my phone, then we'll go. Dunk, you see the link? Harlan, do you have a Facebook, by the way?
I do.
I will find you, and I will tag you.
He's got Jaguars highlights going on in the background.
Yeah, against us.
The only highlight.
That's about, I was gonna say I was actually at that game too.
Oh really?
Yep. So I got to see the awesomeness in person.
I hear you. Now that game was at Jacksonville. You went all the way down for that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Is this Thomasville, Georgia?
That's it.
Oh, look at that. I even heard the notification come through the computer. Check that shit out. All right. Dunk, I seen you shared the link.
Always. I'm always on it, you know.
What time can you do tonight?
Yeah. Who's you got a dog in the background there? Or is that me?
Are you okay?
Remember, damn, dude, what happened to your eyes? Somebody shit straight in your face, and he's like, no, I'm just really high. I watched that the other night, dude. I forgot how great it was.
Which
What
one?
movie was that?
Knocked Up. Remember the dude that's pink eye? And he says it's from poop particles on his pillow. And then the other dude's eyes are even redder, and he's like, damn, dude, somebody shit in your eye? He's like, no, I'm just really high.
Pineapple Express will always overshadow that movie. But
Pineapple Express is my favorite, dude.
But that is a solid movie.
So many, you get it.
You get it. You ready? Are you ready? Hold on, let me find the intro. I gotta find the intro. Of course, I'm not fucking ready. Jesus Christ. There she is.
I never have comments on Facebook anymore, dude.
You can't get them to turn on or what?
Never.
Never ever. Never ever.
All right, we're in.
But on my phone, it comes through.
Yeah, I probably should open it up on my phone. I don't know what the fuck's going on, though, but here we are. All right, we're recording. We're live. We shared the shit. We got our special guest in. Beaver's here. Let's roll.
What?
All right. In 3, 2, 1. You know what? My luck on spontaneous trips, I think's run out. We'll let Beaver be the complete judge because we ran into a lot of walls. But I think overall, my birthday was a complete fucking success in Denver, Colorado. But we've got a special guest on the show today. We're going to get right into that after the intro here. Welcome to Highly Inappropriate. Let's fucking go.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to Highly Inappropriate.
I don't think she's going to be expecting something big, do you?
What, like anal?
Whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
Highly Inappropriate.
Right, so let me get this straight. So I'm going to pay for a blowjob and I got to pay for a goddamn hotel room too? Well, that just seems like I'm spending too much money for nothing. I got a house. You can just get your ass over here and I can just do the blowjob here.
Highly Inappropriate.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
They can kiss my fat vagina, because I'm bringing the motherfucking pay.
You can hear the sound of my voice, so that means I did not fall off the side of a mountain in Denver, Colorado. Good news. Bad news is, we almost got stranded there, Beaver, for sure. We're going to go over all that. But before we get to our trip, we have a very special guest today. So I seen a couple weeks ago on the news about a Falcons fan who actually wrote a letter to the organization saying he's had enough. You guys have had enough time to fucking win. We're actually going to read the letter here. But today here on the show, we have former Falcons fan, current Jaguars fan. We're going to get into how he made that decision as well. Harlen Shackelford. So welcome, Harlen, to the show. Do you care if I go ahead and read your letter here before we get kick-started here?
Let's do it.
All right. I mean, this thing is fucking incredible, by the way. Let me get it popped up here, of course.
Very, very professionally done.
Very professional. I was impressed. I was. This is not something that Beaver could write. I don't know if Beaver knows this many English words.
I don't even know how to write.
You don't? Okay. So, all right. Pull up here. Had to get the porn out of the way here. All right. Wrote to the Atlanta Falcons, by the way. Dear the second best team to call Mercedes-Benz Stadium home. Fantastic. Right off the bat, a big fuck you. It is with immense frustration and grief that I must inform you that I am resigning from my position as an Atlanta Falcons football fan, effective immediately following the second worst loss in NFL history. The first belongs to you and your implosive efforts in Super Bowl 51 when you blew a 28-3 halftime lead against the Tom Brady-led New England Patriots.
Oh, that was rough.
Resounding boo. That was a hard game for me to watch. According to ProSwap, you had a 99.9% chance to win when you were leading 39-30 with 2:33 remaining in today's game. That was before Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott found wide receiver Michael Gallup for a 38-yard gain to your 5-yard line, and the rest is history. After years of unwavering support and continuing to come back time after time following disappointment, today was the last straw for me. You've had since June 30th, 1965 to win the big game. And for 20,171 days, you failed to do so. 20,171 days. You should probably get that tattooed on your body somewhere, I feel like. In my 28th year of existence, I have decided to no longer embrace the suck. It's not me. It is absolutely and definitely you. Thank you for nothing except cheap game day tickets due to a consistent mediocrity you've continued to produce, failing to ever start the season as NFL champs. Thanks to you, I have learned a lot about the value of patience and humbling my expectations. And I know you will probably write back and tell me that that the door is always open to return. But let's be honest. We both know that's because you don't know how to close anything. Never again. Harlen Shackelford.
Good signature, too.
Fantastic.
Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you.
I remember that I seen that on Twitter. I woke up and seen that on Twitter, and I
You immediately reached out to him,
my
didn't
ass
you?
off, man. Oh yeah, I was like, I gotta find this guy.
So, I mean, let's start at the beginning, Harlen. First and foremost, fantastic letter, buddy. How did you become a Falcons fan?
You know, you grow up going to the games. I spent every fall up in Atlanta with my dad. We had season tickets for several years, and it was just a thing that we did. You know, it was kind of one of those times you get together, big family thing. You know, you do your father-son whole thing, and just a great time every fall going up to Atlanta. It was an annual trip, and just something we love to do, man. So.
Just grew up in the family, became a Falcons fan. Completely understand that. I grew up with.
Didn't have a choice. Nobody told me how bad of a decision it was. So
that's kind of, honestly, because it's kind of funny because my grandpa, before the Colts moved to Indianapolis, my grandpa was a Baltimore Colts fan, so kind of like rolled into it. But for years, luckily, I'm not old enough to live through most of the suck that was here in Indianapolis. Mm-hmm. But my brother and my grandpa suffered since 1984, and just awful. So, luckily, we've been very blessed for the last 20 years. But I can't imagine. Just from the disappointment from the Super Bowl against Elway. 51, nothing beats 51. And that was one of the worst days of my life because my best friend's brother died that day. So I was dealing with that, just sudden tragic loss. And the fact that because it was kind of set in stone that if Tom Brady wins a 5th Super Bowl, he's pretty much guaranteed to be called the GOAT.
That was no matter one day that everybody was a Falcons fan.
Everybody was a Falcons fan.
Yeah.
So as a Falcons fan, who were some of your favorite Falcons players growing up?
Mike Vick, primetime. Had we been able to, hold on to Mike Vick, that would have been huge. Right. I would still be a Falcons fan today, and we'd probably have a couple Super Bowls. But that's not even up for discussion.
That's not your fault or even the Falcons' fault, I don't think. Right?
So, exactly. So, but no, primetime. Matty Ice. Honestly, man, I can't remember the last jersey I had that was the Matt Ryan jersey. So, if that tells you anything, that was a tough part of it, and all of having to make that decision. So,
yeah, I tell you, man, what are your feelings on Matt Ryan as a quarterback? To me, I think he's an average quarterback that had one fantastic year. What are your thoughts?
I think, in a system where you actually have a franchise where you have a front office that is prepared to win championships, he would have several by now. I think he's a good quarterback. And, he's proved over the years, even whenever he didn't have the Julio Joneses and all those other guys around him, that he can have success. I think he's an above-average quarterback, and when he has the proper tools, he's as good as anybody. The season, the Super Bowl season, he won MVP that year,
Yep.
For the Atlanta sports market, that's huge because, nobody gives Atlanta sports credit for anything. Let's be honest. So,
which is crazy.
Kind of recognition.
Which is crazy because Atlanta's huge, you would think that Atlanta would have almost the presence of a Chicago, New York, LA, but they don't.
The Braves ran the 90s pretty much.
Yeah.
They lost
They're running it right now.
most of the time. They're still good right now, but they were killer in the 90s baseball.
Yeah. No, today was awesome being a Braves fan. That was a good win. So I'm a huge Braves fan.
So do you live in Atlanta currently?
No,
in Georgia?
On the Tallahassee, basically Florida Georgia line.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Are you a Florida Georgia line fan though?
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Neither are we.
Neither are we. Asking me that.
Yeah.
Let's get. Oh, go ahead, Matt.
I was gonna say what I hate to bring this up too. So what kind of heartbreak surrounds a 28-3 comeback loss? By the way,
were you guys were you guys premature celebrating?
Dude, I was
halftime. Just
listen, man. That was honestly that was the biggest letdown I've ever. I've been disappointed many times growing up in school for girls disappointing me, breaking my heart, all that kind of stuff. I was never the charmer in high school or anything. So I knew a lot of letdown in my life, but after all that, dude, the Falcons lost. That was bigger than any of it, man. That was just crushing. I mean, so it's halftime. I'm at a house full of Falcons fans. Everybody's a Falcon fan. We're already talking about going to the parade. Okay, like we're stoked. It's awesome. Everything's so great. We're already planning the trip out, and it's like halftime. I go running out like to the main road, like just shouting at the top of my lungs. Everybody and their brother knew who I was and what I was doing and why I was doing it.
Yep.
And then to have to live that down the last however many years it's been since then, because everybody let me know, hey, dude, we remember.
Hey, remember how excited you were at halftime? Yeah, by the way.
Yeah. And then you text all your buddies that are like bandwagon Patriots fans, like, oh, we crushed you, and then
yeah. Well, we were a Pierre Garçon drop away from being 3 scores up on the Saints in the Super Bowl. So I can relate there. Our second one,
onside kick was everything, dude.
Yeah, we both got onside kick blues for sure.
Yeah, hang basket can really die in a house fire if you want me to be honest.
The Saints sold their soul after that, man. They haven't. I mean,
what was going through your head when that football was just spinning and nobody was picking it up?
Hey, pick that.
I lost. I absolutely lost it, dude. I mean, I tell everybody, like, that day was the first day, because I live down here in South Georgia, so it's like hot as Hades and it's humid all the time. That was like the first day we had like a nice day outside, and I was like, told my wife, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go watch the game outside. It's nice out. I brought the TV out there. It's grilling. The whole thing is awesome. We're up the whole game. I'm feeling awesome, feeling great. And then you can't make this up. Whenever it got down to the wire and they're marching, Dallas is marching down the field, they're about to score that touchdown. It had been perfect weather all day long. There was no weather in the forecast. It started raining. It started raining on me. It started raining on my TV. It was just the whole thing. And as this is all happening, like, it's like the football gods are like giving me the biggest, I mean, it was terrible.
Since you've, wrote the letter and left, the Falcons, and we'll get to your new team and all that stuff and how that happened. They've continued to lose games in the fourth quarter since you've left. So you might have got out like while the getting was good. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, absolutely. I think that's what's kept this whole, funny thing relevant, really, is they continuing to find ways to blow it, man.
They just keep finding ways to blow it, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, gotta love it. So now that you're a Jaguars fan, how did you come to that decision?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Well, I never want my expectations to be crushed again. So that's really it, man.
I mean, you did not pick a good team for that not to happen. I just got to throw that out there for you. I'm sorry.
If my expectations are, the bottom of the cellar, I mean, I can never be disappointed, dude.
Well, right now you want the bottom, so you can get Trevor Lawrence and Gardner Minshew and his mustache are just out there winning games and making it so you have a number 5 pick.
I'll take Minshew, man. I think that dude's a baller.
He's an easy dude. He's definitely an easy dude to cheer for. And it's funny because I was going to ask: did you pick the Jaguars because they're like the next probably closest team to you? Would you say?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, honestly, like going to a Jaguars game is closer than going to a Falcons game. And
really? Wow. Okay. Until they moved to London, right?
Well, I mean, COVID might have something to say about that, So I think that could give the Jaguars another 5 years in Jacksonville before I have to find a new team.
So you said that you went to Florida State, right?
That's right.
Were you? What year did you graduate? I'm sorry, I should have known this before we started. But were you at Florida State like when Jameis Winston or any of them were there by any chance?
Yeah, I was.
Did you get any crab legs? Did you get some crab legs? No.
I heard a lot of other people did, and it was the running joke like every weekend. When you go out and you go out and grab and go to seafood restaurant, whatever. I mean, you couldn't live it down. If you had an FSU jersey on, you were catching all kinds of flags.
Oh yeah. So you said before we started, you said that you were you wrote for the Beat or whatever, like you like to write and stuff in your spare time, and you wrote when you were in college and all that. So you definitely you definitely had covered that story, I'm sure.
Yeah, that was wild. I was a part of a group actually during that time. I wrote a really good piece actually for the New York Times, basically kind of like defending Winston's case, yada, 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 the whole thing. And it was just interesting to see that where a lot of the criticism of Winston was actually coming from, and it was never really like anybody that had, an inside source. You know what I mean? It's just people that wanted hits, wanted to, make money off of the situation.
For sure.
Of course. That's half the shit that gets reported anyways,
I'm gonna guess though, if the Bucks didn't get Tom Brady and they still had Jameis, that you probably would have went to the Tampa Bay Bucks, wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably. That's fair. That's actually a fair statement. I mean, I was really hoping that Drew Brees would keep throwing balls 4 yards down the field and Jameis would get the start, and that would make that. I would even entertain that idea, and that would absolutely drive every Falcons fan mad if I went to the Saints. But that's them start.
So that is sad. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say the thing that's sad is you need to take the Jaguars hat off. You need to go ahead and throw the horseshoe hat on.
Yeah.
We'll welcome you to the Colts, as fandom. And just to give you a little breakdown, we have a great young defense that's going to be great for a while to come.
We have a great young offense that's going to score points on them, dude.
If we can replace – yeah.
I mean, Exhibit A.
Oh, God. Come on.
I can't wait till we get to make that game back up.
But yeah, we got a great team. And the thing about the Colts that's the best is our owner, Mr. Jim Irsay, is probably the most electric owner in all sports. And he will always put a winning team out on that field. Like, you won't have to worry about nothing like that. And our GM, Chris Ballard, is a mad genius, I think. And I like Frank Reich, too. I mean, other than Frank Reich outcoached himself in that week 1 game against you guys,
100%.
the Jaguars. But we'll get it back, man. I can't wait till we get it back and get the rematch.
We'll
have to have you back on.
Beginning of January. I think it's the last game of the season, right?
Yeah, I was thinking.
You have to look.
We'll look at the what the stipulations and maybe we'll have them back on and we'll think of some sort of bet. We'll think of something. So, but one last question before we get you off here, buddy. What do your friends and family think about your switch here?
They all thought I was crazy, man. I mean, nobody. It was almost like you were. I don't even know, man. It's like you were saying you were okay with a death in the family or something.
Right.
I mean, it was that bad, dude. Nobody was supporting it. But they all thought it was freaking hilarious how it all happened. So, I got that in my defense.
Almost like the day Matt came out of the closet.
Yeah.
Beaver
I'd be like, honestly, if me or my brother actually stopped being a Colts fan, people would probably check us into a mental hospital. That's 100%.
Yeah, I don't think I could. I really don't think
I couldn't, man. Like, I've tried to stop. Honestly, like, when the Pacers got into all their bullshit, I was like, man, like, it's hard to be a fan, but I still watched every fucking game, like, just
out of dark days.
Man, I mean, that's how I am with That's how I am with college ball. Like, I could never. FSU is at an all-time low right now.
Right.
I'm still like 100% committed. There's just some teams you just can't drop. You love them, it's in your blood.
I feel you.
So,
you're not gonna like this, but I'm a fan of the U.
I'm a fan of the poo right there.
They've been rough for a decade, well, longer than that. So finally get a little.
Hey, no, on a serious note, good for y'all. Good for you.
Yeah, thank God.
Enjoy it while it lasts. That's what I'll say.
Exactly. Everybody's like, I tell people I'm a Miami fan. They're like, why? I'm like, well, it's a long story, but brother's a big Notre Dame fan. I had to split somewhere. We're both big Colts Pacers fan. We had to split somewhere, and I loved Willis McGahee in college. So I was like, Miami, let's do it.
Man, when you were growing up, Miami was fucking wheelhouse, dude. They were unstoppable back then. So it probably was pretty easy to be a fan.
It's pretty easy back then, being 12 years old, seeing them, beat team 77-3. It's pretty easy. But before we let you go, buddy, appreciate you being on first and foremost. Go ahead and whore yourself out. Where can people follow you if you're doing any writing, whatever? Go ahead and give us all your info there.
Absolutely, dude. My Twitter is at Harlen _S. That's HARLEN_S. I do marketing consulting work on the side, so if anybody ever needs any help with that would be awesome. Just hit me up. My consulting email is harlenwrites@gmail.com. So if I can help anybody out, just let me know. I appreciate you guys having me on today.
Hey, by the way, Harlen, very, very underrated name, dude. I love it. I like the name.
Let alone Harlen Shackelford, right?
Yeah, I feel like you should own a law firm or a investment firm or something.
Shackelford and Associates. The best comments, honestly, like on all the Falcons posts and stuff, on all these like Barstool Sports and everything. Like, no, everybody's like, that is not a real name. That's the coolest name I've ever heard. Like, all the broing out about my name. It made me a little proud because you never think, hey, what do people think about my name?
Right?
But, that was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, brother. Well, we appreciate it very much for being on here, man. And we'll talk here at the end of the season when the Colts play the Jags again. We'll figure out a bet. We'll figure out something.
All right, go ahead and get ready for that L, dude.
Damn.
Go Colts! Later, brother. Take it easy, man.
Harlan.
Later.
Have a good one, Harlan.
All right, later, guys.
Hell yeah. So Beaver,
Good guy, dude. What a
great guy. That was a lot of fun, man. I appreciate him being on. So we'll have to check him out. Make sure you guys follow him on social media. So I went to research a story earlier to pull up the letter. I love that his Twitter now says Jags fan, Harlen Shackelford. He's making it known. It's unfortunately he had to pick a rival of ours. We'll talk, Harlen. We've got
after
the
he
rival
sent
that
that
gives us
letter.
the most problems.
That thing was everywhere after he sent.
I was
that letter.
saying.
Oh, I know, hilarious.
Saying,
Oh, picking our biggest rival, Beaver. Yeah, not a smart move, but whatever.
Yeah, well, the rival that gives us most trouble, no matter how bad they are.
Yeah, it don't matter.
True.
That could be one.
I don't know why it is.
At least he wasn't a fan when they had Fred Taylor just killing us. And Maurice Jones-Drew.
Speaking of a bad trouble here, Duncan, what do you think is harder? You trying to fuck your wife or Beaver trying to carry a mountain bike on his back up the side of a mountain?
Man, I don't know. That's pretty close. No, I'd like to see Beaver just walking up a mountain.
Hey, Beaver's
I
acting
ain't walking up no goddamn mountain.
Oh, it was great. I had a good time. We just might as well just get right the fuck into this fucking birthday because it was great.
Real fast. The thing I don't get is I don't understand how you can go on vacation and walk. Like, for me, vacation is like laying down.
No, absolutely not.
And you're like on vacation, like hiking mountains. That sounds terrible.
Because when you're on vacation, you got to explore the world. I want to see what the landscape looks like. I want to explore the culture. Yes.
Do I
go on vacation?
Up there and take a peek?
I mean, honestly, my last vacation, that's exactly. I mean, I was on the beach all week, and that's what I did. Relaxed, and I worked too, unfortunately. But yeah, you get it. But yeah, so I decided I wanted to go to Colorado randomly for my birthday. Everything, and Beaver asked me because Beaver was on the phone with his mom. We ran into a few hiccups on the trip because it was completely spontaneous. And Beaver's mom made the comment that I shouldn't be a travel agent no more. And the truth is, Beaver, when we normally go on vacations, I normally have a pretty decent plan laid out on what we're going to do, correct?
Decently.
Yeah, decently. We kind of know what we're going to do, but, we leave a lot of room for spontaneity. We'll go out and just look and see what kind of trouble we can get into. But for the most part, we know Friday,
Maddie itinerary over there.
Yeah, little Maddie itinerary. But this year is very unique. In 2020, you can't fucking plan anything because I planned my whole fucking year out and everything got ruined. So I said, if I'm going on vacation this year, I'm not planning anything. I'm just going, and whatever happens.
You can plan on wearing a mask. You can plan that.
Well, we're gonna get into that too because I literally I told Beaver, I said I've got to be told to wear a mask on this trip. I'm not just gonna just voluntarily wear a mask. So. Just right out the gate. So we got to the airport, and I went to put the mask on. I was like, fuck it. I'll see how far I can get without putting this thing on. And I did. I got all the way to the airplane before somebody told me to put a mask on my face. And it was like, it was aggressive too. It was like, stop. So you must put a mask on your face.
That old man was not ready to throw hands.
She was ready to punch me in the goddamn mouth. I swear to God.
That old man was about ready to throw hands at you.
Which one was that? Oh, that's excellent. I got my notes here on the trip, so I don't want to miss anything here. We're going to start all the way from the fucking beginning. So, of course, with the flight, the way I got the flight the cheapest is we had a layover in North Carolina. Nothing really notable happened, but when we landed in Atlanta, we got on Atlanta airport's huge, so of course you got to get on the trolley or whatever, the train. And right off the bat, so I got off the Atlanta airport, of course, immediately took my mask off when I was off the fucking airplane. We're in the little trolley or train or whatever. This thing takes off, and I am higher than a giraffe pussy on stilts because I just fucking abused my pen before getting off that on that plane. And I'm just having a good time. And this guy who's probably from the East Coast, from New York, old, probably in his 70s, looks at me. He's like, "You're just having a great time. No mask, laughing." And I look at him, I just laugh. I'm like, at this point, I don't really know what to say, because if I wasn't high, I'd be like, hey, sir, have you ever been knocked out? I probably would have said something smart to him, but I was like, just not having it. I'm like, fuck you, old man. I'm just going to go live, I'm going to go live my fucking life.
Did he have a New York accent?
No, I'm just saying.
You're having a fucking good time. He didn't talk New York.
Because honestly, if he had a New York accent, I probably would have fucked with him in the sense that, I probably would have had fun with him. But this guy just was like an old angry prick. And I'm like, dude, fuck you. Now I'm not wearing a mask. I was like, no. I should have been like, no, I'm not sick, asshole. That's why I'm not wearing a mask. Fuck you. No, but no big deal. I wasn't going to let it ruin my fucking day. Because, Beaver, I said it. My fucking day. I said, Beaver, as soon as I get off the airplane, what is our first stop? What's the first thing we have to do here in Denver, Colorado?
Jeez, I guess
Dispensary, absolutely. So I ask, I get in the Uber, and I'm like, when we're going to pick up, because I rented a Dodge Ram. I was supposed to get like a big Chevy Silverado, but I ended up getting a Dodge Ram.
For your bikes.
Do what?
You got it for your bikes, didn't you? To put them in the back?
No, well, yeah, partially, but I also got it because I for some reason I thought a big truck climbing a mountain would be a good idea, but it ended up being fucking horrible. But
and a Dodge Ram, dude, it's like Chuck Norris, dude, Walker Texas Ranger.
Oh, it's this truck was fucking it was struggling real bad. Like I thought Beaver was gonna have to get out and push it at one point, so I was way too high. But
yeah.
So we go straight to the first dispensary. It was pretty exceptional. So we stopped. I made him stop at a gas station and get some Clear Eyes. I was like, if I'm going to be driving this truck here in Denver, I'm going to have to look like halfway fucking normal here. So we stopped at it was the first legal dispensary there in Colorado. It was called Native Roots. I got some gummies. I got a couple packages of gummies. I got a pre-rolled blunt that was $30, but it was a monster. And me and Beaver, this is the first thing me and Beaver smoked. And I got a cartridge, unfortunately, that wouldn't fit in my pen. So I had to buy another. I ended up having to buy another pen the next day. But so first thing we do after getting the truck and stopping to the dispensary, we drive out to Rocky Mountain National Park. I was like, I got to get in the mountains. We stopped at really what was probably like the first like big mountain / rock formation that we've seen going into the park. Would you say, Beaver? Probably one of the first stops. I was like, this is a great place to take some pictures, and we're going to light this blunt, and we're going to make some magic happen. And I tell you what, I smoked that blunt, and I took an edible too, by the way, but I smoked that blunt, and it was probably the highest I've ever been. Yeah, I was for an hour completely zoned out.
What was the name of it? Did it have a name or like a strand?
No, I don't remember. I should have fucking.
Tegrity? Was it Tegrity?
It was Tegrity weed.
Tegrity.
It would take it. I smoked some Pandemic Special. It was fucking excellent. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Which we're gonna get into today as well. But yeah, so smoked a big blunt on the side of the mountain. We drove up in the mountains. Nothing too fucking exciting happened, Beaver. Would you say on there? I mean, other than getting super high. The funniest thing that happened, I pulled over at one point to take some pictures. I set my GoPro on the tailgate of the truck. We take off about a mile down the road, up a mountain, pull over again. I just remembered that I left the GoPro camera on the tailgate. Yep. It was still there, dude. Thank God. I just paid $400 for that camera. I'm like, thank God.
How'd you forget that?
I have no idea.
Forget?
Because I
can take a guess.
Yeah, you can take a guess why I forget it. Exactly.
I'll take a stab at it.
Yeah, I'll take a stab at why I forgot it. Yeah, that's exactly why.
Integrity, dude.
That Tegrity weed put me in the wrong spot. But yeah,
Tegrity weed.
Gorgeous. I'm telling you what, the whole reason I want to go to Denver, just like the landscape, is just next level. And if you've been to the mountains of Tennessee, you know the mountains of Tennessee are beautiful, but it's next level. I think the tallest mountain in Tennessee is like 5,000 feet above sea level. In California, in Denver, Pikes Peak is 14,000 feet above sea level, which is.
Could you tell, like, with your breathing and shit like that? Like,
we're gonna get into that. Yeah, absolutely.
And also, are there bears there?
Yeah, we were told there are bears. I at every dispensary.
I'm still waiting to see the bears.
We didn't see any bears. We did see some wildlife.
Goats?
We're gonna get into that. I about fought one. I about fought a mountain goat. Our first night there, we did end up we ate at a super expensive steakhouse, which I thought was not worth the $130 that I spent on the meal.
What, just for you?
Yeah, for me. I bought
$130.
I bought a $60
It was
steak.
70 something for me.
I bought a $60
Jeez.
steak. Then I got like 2 sides. I went all out. I said,
Was it bison? Was it bison?
No, it was steak. It was cow. But it was like, I don't know. I almost got the Wagyu steak. Have you ever heard of that?
Wagyu, no. What's that?
Well, it's like the most
steak with weed in it.
steak weed. No, it's the most. It's supposed to be the most like the best tasting steak in the world, the best marbled steak. You know, because they say the most marbled steak is the tastiest because it's got the most fat. You know, fat meat
Releases the flavor.
Yeah. You get it. You get.
I get it. I understand. I got you. Picking it up while you're laying down.
Yeah, spend $130 that night on food.
That's crazy, man.
Crazy.
I would have spent $130 at the dispensary again.
I did.
Like my chickens.
I spent my first, and I saved my receipt because this is something, and I've been to a dispensary before in Vegas, but I saved my receipt for this one because this is like, you know, Denver's like, it's just the place.
It's a monumental thing, man. It's your
monumental
birthday.
thing. So I spent $120 on my first dispensary trip. It was $120.
Nah, you should have made it $420.
I should have made a $420. I should have went all out. I probably could have because they have everything. You know, you want eye drops with weed in it. You can get it in Colorado.
Give me the craziest thing that you've seen.
I mean, I drank an orange soda with weed in it. I mean, everything. Like
that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was solid. You know, it was 10 milligrams, but 10 milligrams there is different than 10 milligrams here as far as like
in the streets. Yeah.
When it comes to edibles, yeah, you get it. So the next day was my birthday, Wednesday, and I had this grand mission. I was like, you know, I'm turning 31. I'm in the best shape of my life. I got to do something extreme for my birthday. So I was like, Pikes Peak. It's like the tallest mountain in the southern portion of the Rocky Mountains. I was like, we got to climb this fucking bitch. I was like, I got to find a trail that's going to allow me to climb a mountain bike all the way to the top of this place. I mean, that was my original plan. Lo and behold, first and foremost, I got told by several people to use All Trails, the All Trails app.
That's crazy that you used you might be one of the only people from Indiana who rode a mountain bike on a mountain. Crazy. You don't get that here, dude.
No, you do not get that here.
You know?
Absolutely.
Well, you don't quite get what you I'm
telling you what, and Beaver, I don't know how he feels about it, but at the end of the day, I'm glad it turned out like it did because it is fucking. I had a blast, but the day starts out. I'm like, okay, we gotta find a place to rent some bikes. We couldn't find mountain bikes, so we got these badass e-bikes that literally, if you struggled, which probably would have helped Beaver out if you ever got on the fucking bike, it actually helped you pedal, like in a sense, you know, because it was electronic in a way. So.
Never heard of it.
We went and rent the bikes. I was like, dude, I smoked that blonde. That was great. We got to get some more pre-roll joints for today. You know, so we went to a dispensary after renting the bike, spent another $60 on weed. I bought 5 pre-roll joints. What else did I buy, Beaver? I bought
your headphones in, fired up some Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah. Oh, I did. I bought some more edibles, I believe. I also bought
soda pop. You already said that.
Well, that was from the third. I saw it 3 dispensaries when I was there total. I probably spent over $200 on weed alone. And
hey, it's your birthday, you know.
Exactly. So I was like, Beaver, we got to head to Pikes Peak. I'm like, well, there's fucking trails everywhere. We'll just drive to Pikes Peak with no plan, and we'll figure it out once we get there. So we drive out to Pikes Peak. It says, hey, we're here. I was like, well, let's check out this trail. It's called Bars Trail. It's 24 miles. I'm thinking 24 miles on a bike. That's fucking easy as shit for me. We're on
it. Right.
Fuck that.
For me, that's super easy. 24 miles on a bike, I could do that any evening without any fucking warm-up at all. It'd be super easy. Yeah, just fucking go. But I just did 12 miles before this podcast. No shit.
That's crazy.
But I was like, 24 miles, we're on e-bikes. This trail will be easy. If we get tired, we just crank up the fucking, you know, electricity on these bikes and just get high and, enjoy the ride, up the side of a mountain. Well, so we get to this Bars Trail, and I noticed, too, and I'm kind of reading a little bit online about it. I noticed, it's got stairs to start the trail out. And I was like, well, we can't take a mountain bike up there. Why does this trail say mountain bike friendly on all trails if it's nothing but stairs?
We're all about going up that damn fucking mountain.
I told Beaver, I was like, listen, I was like, it says here in the description that it's only a mile in, and then it splits off. Then we can ride our mountain bike. Well, So we start climbing up the side of this motherfucker, taking stairs. Well,
I told you it was the worst idea.
it was, and I just kept going. We went a mile. We went 1.3 miles up the side of this mountain. Our elevation. I should pull the stats up exactly, but our elevation. We rose in elevation 1,000, almost 1,100 feet. Our elevation at the highest point as far as our climbing was 7,400 feet. So just to give you a little perspective, okay, here in Indiana, elevation's 800 to 900 feet above sea level. Denver, where players like professional athletes have literally been sent to the hospital for playing at Denver Stadium. It's called Mile High Stadium for a reason because it's literally a mile high up. It's like 5,500. I don't know the exact number, but it's like 5,500 miles above sea level up. We were 2,000 feet above that climbing the mountain bikes. Now, Beaver, describe the activity here as far as like what were you doing and describe it compared to any other physical activity you've done in the past. How hard
I
was
was trying to follow right behind you with the damn bike while you were also taking the damn bike, and we kept on having people try to go around us. Like, I don't know how many damn people were trying to go around us on the skinny ass trail. And at the same time, I'm wondering, is there actually a point in time when we're actually going to ride these damn things?
Yeah.
We just keep on walking. But
Get out of the way, stoner.
all I know is it was Matt's birthday, so hey, he's the birthday boy. Let's go.
Beaver went around, but literally, Duncan, we had to pick these bikes up. Anytime there were stairs, these were not, okay, like the bike that I ride every day probably weighs 12 pounds, super light aluminum. These bikes were 30, 40 pounds at least.
I mean, they're like electric. Don't they have like little motors and shit?
Yeah, little motors on them. And I've got a GoPro. I got a GoPro camera attached to my chest. I've got a backpack that's probably got another 20, 30 pounds in it. You know, so I'm like, I felt like fucking Superman, by the way.
Like people were walking up on you just going
crazy.
What the
No,
fuck are
everybody
these guys doing.
Not even
What the fuck
joking.
are these guys doing?
Everybody that passed us, Beaver, was like, you guys are some brave. They thought we were mountain biking down a mountain. That was intentionally our plan. I told Beaver, I said, dude,
You should have went.
All right, hold on.
The problem was that no one would tell us that we were like doing something wrong, though. No one was telling us that we were doing something wrong. They were just like, hey, eventually there's something happening up there, right? That's what they made it seem.
Sorry, guys. I started laughing because our special guest just wrote me on Facebook, and he's a screenshot of our show, and he said, Beaver's on another plane of existence right now. That's Harlan right there. Yeah, because I was staring into space or whatever. But, that's how he felt on the trip. But literally, okay, so the air's thin as fuck. I felt pretty good, Duncan. I kind of put myself in the mindset that I was going to kick my ass today. So it kicked my ass. We went up almost a mile and a half up a mountain, carrying a mountain bike. It never split. So I kind of said, Beaver, I looked at Beaver. I said, you know what? Fuck this fucking trail. I said, I want to get on a mountain bike today. That was my goal. I said, honestly, I would love to hike this fucking thing, but I'm not doing it with a mountain bike. You know, like, I'm like, if there's nowhere to ride this bike, I said, let's take the bike back to the car and see what we can get into. So
weren't you like 2 miles up the steps though?
Yeah, we were about a mile and a half up the stairs. Yeah, but the cool thing is, it was a lot easier. There were spots that you could ride down. I mean, at any given point, I probably rode maybe a football field's length on the bike. So riding down. Beaver refused to get on the bike riding down. I mean, because it was super.
Because the path was like fucking 2 inches.
At this point, I was so high. I was just like, if I die, I die. It's going to be good footage. I got the GoPro rolling.
Ride or die, man. If you wrecked and fell off, like you would have died if you would have wrecked and fell off.
It was Beaver. How high up were we? It was, I mean, the views were incredible. And like literally the trail's just literally, you look off the side of a trail, it's your side of the mountain. Yeah, there was no chance. If I would have slipped, and luckily these bikes had amazing brakes and I took it pretty easy. Like I was watching back the footage. I was like, damn, there's parts where I was like, really riding the brakes. I was like, man, I was super high, scared to death going down a mountain on this thing.
Did you just leave Beaver in the dust? I mean, if he's not riding his bike.
Yeah, several times I had to stop and wait on Beaver to come back down. He's just like casual. I said, Beaver, just get on the fucking bike and ride it when you can. It's at least have a little fun. And what's funny is I started, once I started getting used to the bike a little bit, I started testing it a little bit, like ramped a few stairs and You know, it's funny because I take another ride later in the trip, and this is something that I did not tell Beaver, but I wiped out really good on this trip on a bicycle, by the way. And
I
Beaver,
figured you were going to at some point.
Beaver does not know about this, and I completely forgot about it till today, till I was writing the notes. But yeah, we'll get into that too. But the best part of the way down the trip, okay, was I'm rolling. Beaver's probably at this point maybe 300 or 400 yards behind me. I'm rolling. I look up. I'm high as fuck. I'm actually singing, if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough. Dude, I come to a drop. There's no way that I was going to ramp. So I stopped. I looked up, Duncan. I'm not even joking. The biggest fucking mountain deer I've ever seen in my life was 10 feet in front of me, staring me in the face. There were two of them. It was two. I think it was a male and a female. All I seen was the buck that was staring me in the face.
They're called mountain deer?
Well, I don't know what the fuck they're called, but they're
like elk. Aren't they elk?
Yeah, I thought they were elk. That's why I said is it elk, but
you thought they were fucking statues. That's all.
No, clearly they were so still, Duncan. At first, I thought they were statues. Like I don't remember seeing that on the way up here. Then I kind of just waited like 30 seconds, and finally, like I moved and I seen it move a little bit, and it started like slowly going up the hill, and I started like moving towards it because I had the GoPro going at this point. So I was like, I gotta, see how close I can get to this fucker, So I get kind of close to it. At this point, I'm yelling at Beaver. I said, Beaver, there's fucking deer over here. Get over here, So when he finally gets up there, they're a decent way up the side of the mountain. But long story short, we made it to the bottom of the mountain. We drove the truck. Our plan B now was let's drive the truck to the top of Pikes Peak. And I said, we'll look for trails on the way because there's trails all the way around. It's like, we'll just get out and ride the mountain bike and hike as much as we can where we can. And that's kind of what we did. So we rode the Dodge Ram up Pikes Peak, 14,000 feet above sea levels, 14,000, what's 14,004 or 13, or it's 14,115. I can't remember, whatever, not important.
Far as fuck up.
It's far as fuck up. So we got to, before we finally got out of the truck, was about 12,000 feet. There was a little hiking area. It's probably about 2 miles of hiking trails. It was kind of like on a rock formation, etc. So we got out. This is where I, for the first time in my life, experienced elevation, like what it does to your body. Because like I said, I just carried a mountain bike up decent elevation and did not struggle at all. At this point, I'm probably 12,000 feet in the air. And 2 feet, this is no exaggeration, Duncan, 2 steps put me out of breath. Is that, Beaver, would you say that was probably a fair assessment? Like, it was nuts. Like, you had to.
It was fucking killer.
You had to seriously, Duncan, just constantly take deep breath because, like, there wasn't oxygen in the air. Like, literally, no matter how much you breathe, there just wasn't enough oxygen in the air to, like, fill your body. So, like, you're constantly lightheaded. And I'm a person who, I'm stupid, so I like to climb shit. I felt like, and I still climb quite a bit of shit, but I did not feel like I could have got the best footage that I possibly could have got because I was shaky. There was a couple, the wind was blowing too. So mind you're 12,000 feet up. You're looking off the side of a mountain, standing on a fucking rock. Everybody around you looking at you like you're crazy. And you're lightheaded as shit. You feel like the wind could blow you over. I'm sitting there standing on rocks, taking photos and videos and shit. So that was kind of my life.
Was it really windy? Like, was there a lot of wind?
Super windy. Yeah, absolutely windy. And it was cold as shit. Like, when you got high up there, it was in they said it was supposed to be in the 30s. We measured, it was like 42, I think, was the coldest we measured it.
Did you see snow up there?
It didn't snow at all, but you could see snow and ice on the side of parts of the mountain. But once we got to 12,000 feet, I think the funniest thing that happened on the side of the mountain is we came up to a herd of goats right after we left that place. We were heading up to the very top now.
Matt tried to fuck them.
I got out of the car and I was going to see, I was like, I'm going to see how close I can get to the goats. Well, I was behind. Yeah, with my dick out, full erection, running out of goat, full erection. No, and I was like, Beaver, I said, let's get in front of the goats. I was like, pull in front of the goats. I was like, dude, make sure, keep the window down, because if this motherfucker charges at me, I'm jumping in this window. Well, I get out of the truck, and now I'm in front of the goats, and I'm like, face all the females.
Yeah,
all
they're not afraid of you, dude. Like, they'll come right up.
No, here's the thing. All the females and all the children ran off. The male, the head honcho, was 10 feet from me, standing, looking me right in the face, ready for me to fuck up, dude.
Was he doing this shit?
Oh, he was literally. He was ready to pounce on me. I probably had. There was one time I kind of got down in like a 3-point football stance, and I told Beaver, I said, "Be ready. I'm about to jump in this fucking truck of this bastard." And I've got the GoPro going at this point. I was like, I'm just kind of looking at him, and I take a Snapchat. I'm like, this bastard's ready to pounce me. Oh, he was ready to feast on my fucking ass. And this wasn't your grandma's goat. This was a tall, horn fucking bastard ready to send me off the side of a 14,000-foot mountain. And I can't believe, by the way, that goats are that high up in the mountains.
Yeah, they're climbing. They're climbers, dude.
Crazy climbers. So we finally made it up, 14,000 feet. I'm gonna tell you, when you make it to the top, it was hard on my body. It was physically difficult on my body, and I can see why people can't climb Everest. Everest is twice as tall.
When you got to the top, was there like a Buddhist sitting there, like Indian style? Like you could ask him a question?
No, but I said Indian style for sure.
Gotcha.
That was super high. No.
We got some great pictures.
We got some great pictures. Unfortunately, they're rebuilding like their quote unquote.
There wasn't a monk? No monks or nothing up there?
No monks, a bunch of white people.
Oh, okay. All right. Was there any like guys at like outposts, like with big backpacks, like selling supplies and stuff? You could stop and see what they had.
My fucking dunk thinks we were fucking on Everest.
I mean, where you were at is you comparable to that, right? I mean, just as high.
Compares Everest?
I mean, not like Everest, but I mean, how high you were. I mean, there's not many places in America that you can go and
literally
climb that high.
Pikes Peak literally is the highest peak. I think it's the highest peak in the Southern Rockies. So it's literally, I think the tallest mountain in America is like 18,000 feet. So it's one of the tallest mountains in America, and it's the tallest in the Southern Rockies, I believe.
Gotcha. How many Dumb and Dumber quotes did you drop while you were doing that stuff?
Oh, ton. Beaver, the whole fucking trip was going, I thought the Rocky Mountains would be a little bit more. John
Denver's full of shit.
Yep.
I would have been dropping them, dude.
Well,
the Rockies.
The best part was, too, okay, so we had originally planned to leave the next day. And so we had already decided we're going to stay another day. We're going to delay the flight, try to stay another day, and see what happens. Well, I failed to book another flight. And I forgot, too, that dealing with COVID right now, everything's a fucking mess. So I told Beaver, I said, don't worry, I got an Expedia account. All I got to do is just go out there and change my flight tonight when we get home. So we go back to the hotel. I wanted to go to the Garden of Gods. There was a few things I wanted to do there in Colorado Springs I didn't get a do, so it just gives me a reason to go back. So, but got back to the hotel, failed to book another flight, got on Expedia.
Why were you forgetting so much stuff, dude?
I don't know. It just doesn't.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It's crazy. It just doesn't make sense at all. I don't see the correlation. I don't see what was involved to make me.
I don't get it, man.
I don't get it either. It doesn't make sense. But I got on the airline. Finally, after 3 times trying to call American Airlines, I said, fuck this, Beaver. I said, tomorrow we're just going to, tomorrow, I said, if I delay the flight, I said, if I choose another flight, what's going to happen? I said, we're going to have a long ass layover. I said, we're going to be stuck in North Carolina for like 8 fucking hours. I said, let's just rent a car tomorrow. It's going to cost 30.
Matt,
yep.
Quick question. How many times like that day prior to the day we were supposed to leave did I tell you, hey man, we might want to like try to alter our flight? You might want to give him a call.
Well, I mean, I also told you that, we were in the mountains and didn't have signal. But yes, you did remind me
before we got to the mountains.
Yeah, but we didn't really decide we wanted to stay a little bit longer until that morning. So I didn't really have a lot of time because I knew I was going to be put on a hold and bullshit. But it all worked out because this is where it gets real super exciting. So I told myself, I was like, don't worry, Beaver. I said, tomorrow we'll just I said, we'll be fine. I said, we'll rent I said, I've done it 1,000 times. We'll rent an economy car. It'll cost $30 and we'll just it's only a 14-hour drive home. We'll drive home from Denver. We'll be fine. And I'll be fine for work on Friday. The plan was we were going to stay off Thursday, start driving Thursday evening. I would be home Friday morning for work, be just fine.
You just wanted to smuggle drugs home.
I mean, that was part of it. That definitely was part of it.
Because he needed to smuggle them.
I love when people you haven't talked to in 6 months see that you're in Denver. Like, hey, could you bring me home some edibles? I'm like, hey, nope, nope, sure won't, bub. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Well, we're gonna get into that too. It just gets so better. So day 3, this is our original departure date. Get up. My plan was get up super early. I was like, you know what, Beaver, I didn't get to ride the bike, a lot yesterday. So I was like, I'm gonna ride the bike. It's a 4
Actually,
mile.
this was my idea.
Was it your? Okay, go ahead. What was your idea?
Yeah, my idea was for me to go get some fucking Chick-fil-A breakfast fill up the truck and get a fucking Febreze to fucking spray the shit out of it and meet you at the place that you got the bike at.
Yeah,
so you guys were blowing trees in the rental.
Oh fuck yeah. And it's got a big sign.
Like shit.
Yeah, it's got a big sign in the truck that says "Do not smoke."
Oh yeah,
well,
one of them.
2 points because we did return the rental that day. 2 points about the rental. I smoked like a goddamn chimney in the fucking truck, and we cleaned it out. It smelled nice. It smelled fine. We did a great job. But one of the bikes, when we put it in the back tailgate, it scratched the side of the truck, and I did my best to mask it up. Granted, they didn't charge me for it. I have no charge on my credit card for it, so thank God.
Hell yeah.
It wasn't big enough for them to fucking care, and they didn't charge me to clean the truck because we did a great job cleaning it. It didn't smell like.
Did you buy the insurance?
I did online. It was like $13 for Expedia.
They kept on saying you didn't, though.
Yeah, they kept trying to say they're trying to charge me like $50 for insurance. I'm like, no, fuck that.
I always heard never buy the insurance. If you're insured, your insurance will cover it. Like it's a scam.
Yeah, or buy it from Expedia. That way, you get it super cheap. But so day 3, I rode the bike. This place was like 4 miles away. I was like, I'm just going to take the bike around the city, kind of check out the city. That way we have the whole day today to kind of, because we've been there 2 days and we've yet really to check out Denver at all, the city.
I mean, you're just a man with integrity. You want to go see what's going on.
I want to go see what's going on, what kind of dispensaries I can find. So I start riding my bike around. Well, I heard about this art district in Denver. They have like every fucking literally every building in this art district is painted. So I wanted to check that out. Well, Beaver, I got a little cocky on the mountain bike. I started riding this thing around Denver. I was fucking ramping shit. I was feeling real confident.
Yelling at girls? Did you yell at any girls?
I was definitely, bro. You would have been so proud of me on this bike, man. I felt like a king. I thought I was on a Harley, dude.
Yeah. I mean, you were fucking skyrocket high, dude.
I don't think
we're invincible in your head.
Literally from the time I landed till the time I left, I was stoned.
Did you not go to like any bars or anything like that?
Yeah, we did that.
Females back at the hotel, strippers, hookers.
No hookers. Honestly, I don't think I drank the entire week. We did go to a bar. We're gonna get to that too. But yeah, so here, the part where I wiped out is hilarious. I get a little cocky on the bike, and there's like there's kind of like a part in the road where 3 roads come together. I don't know, it's like a T, but 3 roads, instead of 2, you get it.
Yeah, you gotta pull a little side action,
little side action. But there's a part,
a little dust or something,
I'm going pretty fast here on this bike. I'm probably going about 20 miles per hour on the sidewalk. And I see a part here. I was like, I'll be fine. I was like, if I ramp this part, I was like, and I just turn it real quick, I'll be fine. Well, I ramped it, and I forgot how high I was, like literally and figuratively.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Dude, I flipped into this woman's bush in her front yard, and I just shot up. Her bush was destroyed. I completely parted like the fucking Red Sea. Destroyed the bush.
Why is that not the first time I feel like you said that phrase?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, that she didn't have no clothes on?
No, there was a bush in the front yard. I
thought you meant like you ran into a lady's like vagina, like her
yeah, face first on the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's how they get down in Denver, I guess.
Literally, no. So I ran this sidewalk, and literally, instead of turning, I just went straight into this woman's bush and did a front flip.
Clip that right there.
Split this woman's bush, landed in it, bike and all. I hopped right back up, hoping nobody saw me, hoping the people weren't home, and I got the fuck out of there. I was like, oh, this bitch ain't gonna about to charge my fucking stoned ass. Literally, right before I just tried to do the ramp, I pulled the pin out of my pocket. I'm on a sidewalk in the middle of Denver, hitting my pin.
Hyping yourself up a little bit, getting high.
By the way, it is completely illegal to smoke in the open in Denver, but I was smoking joints outside of our hotel like they're cigarettes.
What do you mean? So you can only do it like in like your home or whatever?
Yeah, they say everybody's like it's real loosely enforced, so like nobody gives a fuck. But
do they have? I got questions, dude.
Yeah, you're
Can
fine.
I ask questions? Now, you said you went to a bar. Like, do they have bars that you go in, like hookah bars, like with weed? Can you do that there?
I don't know.
You know what I
didn't
mean?
see
Like,
any.
can you go to like if you're in a bar, like, can you say, "Give me a Bud Light," and I'll take one of those? Like,
Nah,
can you do
it's
shit like that?
different licensing. So all the dispensaries there, it's like a full operation. You go into one room, they take your ID, then you have to go into another room. Like I wasn't allowed to film or nothing, which pissed me off because I want to get a little bit of a little bit of action for the YouTube channel.
Do they have samples at the dispensaries? Like, can you try stuff out? Like do they,
They
like
might have had
like the food court at the
samples.
mall, you know what I mean? Like the Chinese restaurant gives you like a toothpick sample. Like they don't have nothing
No.
like that.
Yeah, here. No, unfortunately, no. I did not see any. There might be something, but I didn't see anything. But
Was it
I
only
think-
weed in the dispensaries? Was there any other drugs?
no, just
Shrooms are illegal there too, right?
shrooms are legally, but you can't buy them at a dispensary.
They're just legal. Okay.
But
All
here's
right.
here's where the
That's
story
about
gets
all my
real
questions.
super.
Go ahead.
Here's where the story gets super funny for the day. So I'm thinking, okay, we go return the bikes. We go return the truck because if we're exploring Denver, I'm thinking we don't need to rent a car. Like as far as to explore the city of Denver, we'll just rent a car, for tomorrow. So I go up, we go wait in line, we return our car. I wait in line first at Hertz because it was in the same building as Thrifty where we rented our truck from. So I wait in the line at Hertz. I get up to the desk. I said, hey, I need a car for a day. They're like, yeah, that's fine. We'll hook you up. They're like, oh, by the way, you're going to have to keep it for 2 days because you're driving it to Indy. I'm like, oh, that's fine. Thinking it's going to be $36, blah, blah, blah.
Dude,
She's
that's
like,
so cheap.
She's like, $548. I was like, okay.
What?
That's no bueno, ma'am. I'm like, that's no bueno. So I was like, nope. I'm like, Beaver, I was like, I'm going to have to get on Expedia and just see what they have. Well, the cheapest car I could find in Denver, because I did not think that Denver not only is a massive hub, I mean, as far as the airport, etc., it's also their busy time of the year because it's fall. People want to come to the mountains, check out the collars, etc. I didn't think about that. I get on Expedia. The cheapest vehicle they have, Dunk, this is no exaggeration, is a 12-seater van. I book it.
Dude, like you flew out of Chicago though, right?
No, I flew out of Indy.
No,
Oh, because on your post I thought it said Chicago Airport or whatever.
no, we went to Charlotte.
Charlotte.
All right.
Yeah.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
I can't read. I'm not a smart man. Yeah.
All right, we still love you.
All right.
But-
Well,
so-
a 12-seater van. So and first and foremost, everything right now because of COVID is a complete, utter fuck. I mean, people have no fucking idea what's going on. So I'm like, at one point, like they told me, okay, so none of the car rental places are where they're supposed to be. So like the Hertz building, if you want to rent a car at Thrifty, you got to go to fucking Access. I mean, everything is a clusterfuck. So I get on there. I rent a car. It was from Budget. Was a Budget rental, I believe. So I'm trying to find Budget rental. I look on the map. It sends me like a half of a mile down the fucking road. So I start walking. Granted, we have all of our luggage on us at this point. So I tell Beaver, I'm like, just chill. I'm like, I'll come find you. I walk to this rental place. I didn't know Beaver followed me all the way, but I'm at this point, there's nobody in the parking lot of this rental place, and I'm pissed off because I've been walking for a half mile. I got all my shit on me. All I want to do is find out what the fuck I'm doing, how I'm getting home, and what I'm doing for the day. Like I'm sick of my current situation. So I start cussing. I'm like, does anybody fucking work here? I'm like screaming in the parking lot, like, does anybody fucking work here? Finally, find a guy. He's like, oh, you got to go all the way down to Access to rent your car. I was like, fucking fantastic. So I decide I'm going to rent an Uber. We rent an Uber to drive a mile that cost me like $11 by the airport. We get to our rental place, get in line. How many people are in line, Beaver? Like 200? It was ridiculous. I waited in line for an hour, finally got up to the desk. He tells me since I'm driving the 12-seater van to Indiana, I'm going to have to be charged mileage, blah, blah, blah. It's going to cost me like $382. I was like, sir, give me just a second. I was like, obviously I have to get home. I was like, let me see how much flights are going to cost me. I might just book a whole nother flight completely, just save myself some fucking pain here. So I look online. unfortunately at this point, I'm not going to get home till Friday. I got to take another day off work. So I messaged my boss. I'm like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to have to take some PTO tomorrow. I'll let you know what the situation is. I'm like, fuck it. We're just going to book another flight. It was $300. I paid for me and Beaver's flight. It cost me $320 versus paying $380 to drive a 12-seater van across the country. That would have been miserable.
How fun would it have been to be in a 12-seater van?
Hilarious.
And load up before you leave and just be high as fuck. And look, 12 seats, just pick up hitchhikers all the way.
Oh, it would have been hilarious. Or hookers.
That would have been badass.
Oh, it would have been fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I told Beaver too. I was like, Beaver, if we get this 12-seater van, I was like, one, it's gonna look super suspicious, but I was like, we're gonna have to have a dispensary and just bring back as much.
Get pulled over. Look, where you boys come from?
They're like,
Denver, Colorado.
Where you guys come from? Oh, Kansas.
You know what I mean? Like they
would search
the fuck out of you.
Oh man. You know how many times fake traveling has saved me from getting a DUI?
Fake traveling?
Fake travel. So my buddy Pete went to Wabash, and we would go see him there in Crawfordsville, and we driving back on 74. I remember one time in particular, I was with my buddy Stephen Willie, and we're drunk off our ass. I'm literally driving in the middle of the median, and I'm texting a girl that I'm trying to hook up with. My plan was to drop Beaver off, or not Beaver, but drop Steven off and go meet this chick. So I'm like trying to text her and plan. It's like 3 a.m. at this point. We've been drinking keg beer at the Watermelon Bash, which is like a real popular party at Wabash. And
I've heard the song.
Yeah. So
you've heard Watermelon Crawl.
The Watermelon Crawl.
Yeah. If you get drunk, don't drive, and you broke the rules. You didn't do the Watermelon Crawl, but proceed. Go ahead.
I'm all over the road. I get pulled over by a cop, and the cop proceeds to ask me, which Steven is just giggling. Like, you think he was high. He's giggling in the passenger seat. Cop's like, oh, sir, what's going on? I was like, sir, I apologize for being all over the road. I was trying to get directions. I was coming from my aunt's house. We went to see her in Champaign, Illinois, which, if you take 74 through Indiana, it'll take you to Champaign, Illinois. So I came, he's like, just be careful. I was like, sir, I realize there's no cars on the road. So that's why I was in the middle of the meeting. I was just trying to get directions. And he's like, okay, just be careful. But I was drunk off my fucking ass, but I lied about traveling because I literally just came from a frat party, etc. But
nice.
Sorry for mixing that in there. So lo and behold, we booked another flight. But at this point, it was already like 2 p.m. in the day. It sucked. So I was like, Beaver, let's go back to the hotel. Let's rent some scooters. I said, let's go find out what we can find this city. Everybody that I asked that has been to Denver, I said, where do you have to go? Everybody's like, the art museum, super cool. By the way, masked Nazis at the art museum. Surprise, surprise. A bunch of liberal masked Nazis at the art museum in Denver. Like, I kept purposely pulling my nose out. And they're like,
I see now.
They're like, sure, you got to hide your nose.
Nazis with masks on. I was confused. I see what you're saying now.
Hey,
I get it.
What kind of nerds are you eating, buddy?
I thought they were like, hey, don't. And had like.
They were.
I know damn well Matt didn't bring anything special back for you.
No. I brought my brother home I got my brother a nice little football. Like a football. What was it, Beaver? Like a pipe, I guess. Football pipe.
Oh, is that football? Oh, that's tight. Hey, was there any Peyton Manning stuff around Denver?
No, but everybody, the few Broncos fans I did talk to did thank me for Peyton. That was a definite must.
I just picture you riding by on your bike and seeing a Denver Peyton jersey, and you're like, "Fuck you!" Like keep driving.
We did so that final night there. We did end up going to a bar. It was lo and behold, the Denver Broncos are playing the New York Jets in the toilet bowl of the NFL, the 2020 NFL season.
Why didn't you go to that? Are they no fans there?
It wasn't in Denver.
It wasn't in Denver.
Okay.
2, they couldn't allow fans. Colorado's super liberal, so they'll probably be one of the last states to fucking open up. So I asked people, I was like, where's the place to go to? They have a bar in downtown Denver called Stoney's. It's like the Denver Broncos bar.
Stoney. This city sounds amazing.
It is. I love it. I'm telling you what. I'm all right. Like, I already want to go back. Like, I love it so much.
Where's the place to go? Well, you can go to Stoney's. I don't know. Half Baked is pretty good.
Half Baked's a great bar.
Or you can go over there to Nuggets. It's pretty good too.
Yeah, so we went to
man.
Stoney's, didn't drink, had some wings. Fucking great.
Good?
Went back
Were
to
they good?
wings were great. Went back to the hotel, watched the game. Beaver got pissed off because they fucked up his pizza at the hotel.
What's the food in Denver? Is there any like food that Denver's like kind of known
Weed.
for? Is there anything
Edibles.
like that?
Edibles.
Just edibles? Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
Just edibles.
Okay.
No, and honestly, I heard there's like a food district. It's real good. And I didn't spend, honestly, I was there for 3 days. Denver, honestly,
that's
you
my
gotta go
thing
for
on
a week.
vacation is food.
What?
I want to try
Food.
some food, yeah.
Like, I've got a whole thing. Next time I go, I'm going to have a whole day planned for food. Like, I've got it figured out. And it's like Vegas. Once you go to Vegas once, you know what you have to do the second time. You really don't have fun in Vegas until you go a second time because you kind of know what to expect then. So, that's just how it goes.
Gotcha.
And as far as our trip home, the last day, I mean, really was dedicated to getting back home. I did get stranded on a scooter. So we wanted to the last day. We had an hour to burn before we had to get to the hotel. So we like, well, let's ride scooters around the city and let's just see what we can.
Scooters.
We'll ride scooter, riding dirty. I said, let's go check out Mile High. So to get to Mile High, they have like an overpass, but it's a main road, and they have like a section for cyclists and walkers, etc.
Yeah, you see interstate all around that thing when they do the sky view, during the football games.
Sky view. Well, it's really just like a main road, believe it or not. So on this thing, we take these scooters up this road. It's probably the whole overpass itself is probably 2 miles, I would say, Beaver. Where we went was probably 2 miles up this thing. It's all uphill on the scooters, and they got a fence around Mile High. So we got to a good place to take a picture of Mile High. Lo and behold, my scooter fucking died. So I had to jog down this ramp. Pissed me off. There was nowhere to get a new scooter, so I had to jog all the way down. Finally found a new scooter. We rode back to the hotel. I think my favorite thing that happened, maybe the entire trip, was back to us cleaning the truck. Beaver bought some Lysol to get the spray out of the truck. Well, Beaver puts the Lysol in his bag. Well, I was super nervous. I had a bunch of edibles, like loose edibles in my bag. And I was kind of freaking out. I was like, man, I got 2 weddings this weekend. I was like, yeah, everybody's like, yeah.
Every single person said it was cool. Whatever.
Everybody's like, it'll be fine. I was like, I can't risk it. I can't risk losing these weddings. So I started throwing away some of the loose edibles in my bag. I was like, I'm going to eat as much as I can. Well, I ate about 6 of them.
Should have ate all of them, dude. Fuck it.
Yeah, it was
been like Pat. Remember McAfee's story? We're talking about.
Yeah, he ate like 30 of them.
So he looked at Vinatieri and said, things are about to happen.
Well, the only bad, I think I only threw away like 7. I ate because I already ate 4 that morning, so I ate 6 more, I think.
What were they, though? You say gummies. Were just like gummy bears?
They're literally like strawberry squares, just like 10 milligram strawberry.
Like they didn't have like a Snickers bar? Like it couldn't.
Oh, yeah, like everywhere had different things. So every dispensary had their different like edible. Like some had gummies, some had chocolate. And honestly, here's the best thing is I didn't even go to the biggest dispensary. Like literally we were so limited on time and we had no plan, which a lot of our time there, this is the thing about.
Should have done this instead of climbing fucking mountains, dude.
No, fuck that. I want to climb the mountains. That's the whole reason I went to Denver.
All right, man.
But, yeah, so my whole point is, so we bought the air freshener. Beaver put the air freshener in his bag. You can't have airsoft in your bag. You can't have liquids in your bag. So we were trying to prevent anything that would make them search our bags. Well, Here's my favorite part. I'd already went through, and lo and behold, by the way, Beaver, I did get back with a bunch of stuff I didn't know that I had. Like I found pre-rolled joints. I found pre-rolled joints in my pockets. Of dirty clothes. I found a bunch of edibles. I probably got back with at least a whole nother pack. I gave a pack away to somebody. So here I am on the internet live saying I legally smuggled drugs. It was an accident, guys. I didn't commit any crimes. I didn't try to. It was an accident.
No.
Yeah, no.
I got back, took a dump. I had a blunt in my butt.
Yeah, I had a full fucking blunt in my asshole. It was amazing. What's funny, so I gave these edibles to a friend of mine. She's like, how did you get them back? I said, yeah, I shoved them in my ass.
That's how you had sex with her.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Beaver. No.
All right.
Nah.
I need
No,
I need to
hold
go
on
vacation with you, dude.
You do 100%. But let me. I didn't even tell you the best part. So we're in line for TSA. I get searched. Beaver gets pulled to the side. They're like, we got to search your bag or something in there. I was like, oh, and I'm joking with the TSA agent. I was like, Beaver, I told you to keep the drugs back in the hotel. The TSA agent looks at me, about 25 years old, young African-American gentleman looks at me. He goes, we don't give a fuck about that. I was like, noted.
Yep.
He pulls the bag to the side. He pulls out the air freshener. I was like, hey, give me that real quick. Because I literally, because I thought I had only had 3 pre-rolls left. I came back with 2 more that were in my pocket. I smoked 3 pre-roll joints outside our hotel before I got in the Uber to
3?
get 3. Yeah, before I got.
God damn, Smokey.
Before because I was just trying to get rid of the shit. You know, like I was trying to get rid of the shit. You know, before we got in the Uber to go back to the airport. So I'm smoking the shit out.
You should have went to Walmart and bought like stuffed animals and just filled the stuffed animals with it and then mailed it back to your house.
Oh, well, you know, I got plans next time. Not to break any secrets here, but anyways, so like he tells me, he's like, we don't give a fuck about that, blah blah blah. So Beaver, I take the airsoft can because of course I smell like I've been fucking rolling in weed all day. So I grab the Lysol and I start spraying myself and I give it to the kid.
You smelled like Tegrity, dude.
Yeah, I smell like Tegrity. Yeah, I smelled like I had Tegrity. So I handed the guy the airsoft can. I said, "Thank you, sir," and walked the fuck away. Got on the plane, head home, and lo and behold, it was a great trip.
That sounds awesome.
So, for any inquiring minds, do I recommend you smuggling and selling drugs here in Indiana? No, but if you want to bring some edibles home just for your own liking, now you know.
All right, golf courses. Are there do you see any golf courses that would look pretty sweet?
That's the thing is too, like golfing there I heard's beautiful. I didn't even take my clubs with me. I would love to golf there.
I want to go back with you. I want to stay somewhere close to something like that, bring our clubs, and just like a weekend, just golf every day. I don't want to climb fucking mountains though. I want to golf and just do that in the golf cart. And
you just want to golf in Denver, Colorado? All you want to do? Oh, you just want to get hammered there in Colorado? I bet.
Golf.
Sounds like a blast. We'll golf fucking every day, but I'll wake up and golf. As soon as I wake up, I'm golfing.
Let's do it.
I'm in. January. Speaking of Colorado, speaking of Denver,
I don't know if we can golf in January, though.
Oh, well, surprisingly, it doesn't
that'd be a little rough, I think.
Granted, it gets cold in the mountains, but the weather there is unique because it has like mountain effect. It's got very unique weather in Denver. It's almost
right now, January is not golf weather in Denver.
No, they said they don't get a lot of snow, didn't they, Beaver? They said sometimes they can get a lot of snow.
But usually melts pretty quick from my
because they have mountain effects. So the way it works, like, I mean, granted.
Can't be no different than us is what I'm saying. It's got to be cold as fuck.
Well, just like how Death Valley doesn't get any rain because of the mountain effect, mountains stop moisture from getting to certain cities. Like, so you would think like that being a certain place, like it might get cold, it might be this or that.
You hit us with the big time, dude.
Yeah, Beaver's like getting super scientific.
Sorry, I interrupted you. Beaver caught me off guard, dude. I can't take that right now. Woo.
But I didn't. What I was getting into is I did manage while I was there. A huge special happened. We got to talk about South Park's pandemic.
So you did get to watch it. I was kind of wondering.
Yeah, I downloaded. I didn't watch it the day of. I downloaded and watched it like the next night after Thursday Night Football.
Amazing, wasn't it?
I fucking loved it.
Oh my god, dude!
I loved it. Him jacking off into the. I mean, there was just so many good points.
When Randy was fucking the bat, like when they showed him fight, he's like, "Oh my god!" Like, I was crying, dude. I was crying.
Oh, amazing!
You ever fuck a bat?
And honestly, like a lot of stories didn't play out. Like, so of course, and they kind of announced it. It's going to be a longer season, and it's probably going to be more quote unquote special. So I expect maybe 6 1-hour episodes. Maybe I don't know how they're going to do it.
Perfect, dude. It was like watching a new movie. I thought it
was great. I wish they would do one more movie. I don't know how you top the first one.
But you had all that, like with the Corona stuff. They hit everything. And then
they did.
They were the brilliant thing that Matt Stone and Trey Parker did was the defunding of the cops, and then the cops.
Oh God, I laughed.
I do. And then they made it like how it is with kids right now in school. Like it's like they're in prison. You know? And the cop when he's like, "B lunch is over. Keep it moving." You know, like, that was genius.
Oh, it was incredible.
And then Butters freaks out, and then they shoot Token.
Yeah.
Got him. You know what I mean? And Cartman with his stick and loving social distancing. It was fucking awesome, dude. They're geniuses, dude.
Oh, they never
absolute comic genius.
And they happen to make fun of everybody, and that's what I love. It's because that's what I do. I make fun of myself. I make fun of people like me. I make fun of people that are different from me. This whole thing, I decided a couple months ago that I was no longer going to get pissed off about the stupid-ass year and all the dumb bullshit surrounding it. I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm going to have fun with it. So here we are. Welcome.
Hey, what sucks, though, about this year, like the only normalcy that we have is Sundays with football. And
what the fuck's going on?
Oh, my God, dude.
So,
Duncan,
with the NFL update.
They are getting
Titans game.
They're getting COVID everywhere, dude. And
everybody's getting COVID.
I mean, it's just, oh, my God, dude.
Even though it's faker and bullshit, but you get it.
There's like people calling for like they shouldn't have had the season. I've heard rumors like they're saying like shortening the season like 11 weeks. I've heard that kind of stuff, which they can't do that. If they can't, I mean, they'd have to cancel the season instead of shortening it 11 weeks.
The season will not be canceled.
And like teams having to use their, bye weeks with when the COVID stuff happens, like the Steelers, got caught up, but. I mean, think right now the big one. Sorry to interrupt, but the big one is Cam. Obviously, came down with it, and they had to move the game to doubleheader on Monday night or whatever. And I think Gilmore, Stephon Gilmore too.
Team Gilmore, from the Patriots. I think honestly, my opinion is if you're Grant, I don't think it's harmless at all. If you're a 30-year-old football player in perfect health, COVID, you're not going to die. Nobody's been hospitalized as far as my knowledge is concerned from the NFL. They just have symptoms. Most of them have minor symptoms, etc. But my opinion on this is if you're an NFL team and your players get COVID, just set them out. Next man up. Step the fuck up. Let's play football.
It's still kind of tough, though. Like they're even talking about like an NFL bubble and stuff. There's no way that would work. The NBA wouldn't work because, NBA teams, not that many players. Yeah, every NFL team has 30-plus players. You know what I mean? Tons of people. 53, yeah.
53, exactly.
But 53, bubbles wouldn't work. I'm sorry. And they're just going to have to buck up, man. You're going to have to follow the rules, do your thing, social distance, get you a stick, a 6-foot stick, and keep people at distance like Cartman. That's what they have to do.
Other than that, how about our Colts are 3-1, buddy? Let's go. I told you that.
Against the Bears. Look good against the Bears. Our front seven on defense is a problem, dude.
No, our whole defense is a problem. You're not even giving credit. One of our best players this year has been a rookie, our third-round safety, Julian Blackmon. Could be maybe our best safety since Bob Sanders. Is showing flashes just as a playmaker all over the field.
Bye, Hooker. You miss Hooker anymore?
I don't. I love Malik Hooker. I love Malik Hooker, but I don't think he was ever comfortable in a cover 2 or defense. Excuse me. Yeah. I just don't think he was ever comfortable.
Our defensive line is where it all starts and begins, though.
Yeah, but
you got to think the secondary would not be the secondary wouldn't be what they are without that pressure from the front, dude.
The reason our defense is playing as good as they are now, right, is 2 players: Forrest Buckner,
great pickup right now,
Grover Stewart. Grover Stewart right now, they said, is just eating people as a defensive tackle. That
Phillip Rivers is doing just enough.
That's all I need to do. I don't want Phillip going out there 300 yards. Give it the feed JT, baby.
Dude, how about him talking trash, though? Do you like that when he was talking trash? He was like, what was it? What's JT's number? Why can't I think? 28.
He 28 turn the corner on you.
Yeah, 28 turn the corner on you. He's like, no, he did. He's like, 28 turn the corner. He's
on you, man.
Straight shit to him. Out of nowhere, too. He wasn't even instigating anything. And
here's this fucking redneck, super. And Phillip couldn't fight a single fucking guy on that field, probably, but he would stand up to him. He would. He'd get right.
You gotta love an older white guy who, when he gets mad, says, "Dadgummit."
Yeah.
Dadgummit.
Dadgummit. Yeah. God love.
And he has 28 kids. What a guy, dude.
So big game.
I hated him.
He has 28 kids.
Big game this weekend against the Browns. Honestly, I think it's a favorable matchup for us because their running game is really what's kind of put them in contention.
No Chubby. No
Chubb's out, although they don't miss much.
That pickup
possibly no Leonard or Walker for the Colts.
We'll see. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. We're going to stop the run. We're going to make Baker Mayfield beat us, and we're going to smack him around like a little schoolboy that he is.
How good does it look for the Browns right now that they picked up old woman beater? That backup running back, Hunt, that's a great pickup.
Oh, Chris.
Seeing Chubb goes down, it don't really hurt him as much.
I mean, we'll see how he does. We'll see how he does carrying the load, but
he'll be all right. He looked good against Dallas.
Yeah.
How about that, dude? I did not expect that at all.
What, Dallas sucking?
No, them like scoring. The over under. They scored like fucking 90 points. Like it was insane. Like the Browns putting up that. I did not see that coming at all.
All I gotta say, hey Baker Mayfield, where the fuck were you last year, asshole?
He still didn't do anything.
Oh no, he
still didn't do nothing in that game. That's what's crazy.
But I mean, at least it's something. I mean, he was averaging like 7 points a game from me last year. Let's not talk about that. I'm gonna get fucking angry.
Bake's overrated, dude. Me and my neighbor, Josh.
The worst.
We found Claus in the driveway, and he has all these stats on Bake. Like he's a huge Bengals fan, and he keeps telling me that Baker's so overrated, man. He's so overrated.
All right, we've been going an hour and a half already. I'm going to go real quick through here some of the pointers of some of the things going on right now. Of course, does anybody give a fuck that the Lakers are up 3-1 on Miami? It's one of the least watched fucking finals ever. Nobody gives a fuck. And people
Vogel.
Everybody, go Frank Vogel. Yeah, go Frank Vogel.
I got the finals bet. I bet the Lakers at plus something. There's a lot at the very beginning of the year. So, yeah, if they win, I get some cash.
Yeah, of course you did. Favorite player, LeBron James.
Bet with your heart, bet with your brain, not your heart.
Oh, some other points. Did you guys see Edgerrin James's 75 Caprice all pimped out Hall of Fame? Edge I want to spend 12 hours with Edgerrin James, just getting drunk and high with Edgerrin James. That's my goal.
I'll go on vacation with you to Miami and maybe hit up one of his clubs.
Yeah, we're going to one for sure. Even though we might be the only Caucasian people in there, we'll have a great time.
We'll have a great time. Great time.
Do not call Patrick Mahomes Pat, by the way. That's his mom came out and said no.
He don't like it, huh?
No, not him. His mom says call him Patrick.
Mama mad.
What about Patty? I call him Patty Mahomes a lot.
Patty Mahomes? I'm off Patrick. I try not to call him at all.
Usually I like on a DFS, blue collar DFS, I call him Patty Mahomes. A lot. Patty Mahomes. I call him that a lot.
And rumor mill is that Victor Oladipo wants out of Indy. My opinion is, bitch. Later, buddy. Don't give a fuck. At this point, of being a Pacers fan, if you don't want to be here, get the fuck out.
Tired of getting our hearts broke. I might write the Pacers a letter.
I'm getting close, buddy. I really am. I mean, I just might write the NBA a letter. I hate the NBA.
I might write a letter, dude.
By the way, our buddy from the G2 zone, name's not fucking popping up top of the mind here, but he had a great idea for the NBA, just how to fix. I think the real easy way to fix the NBA, first off, enough of this luxury and it just you got to simplify the salary tax. It's got to be more. It's got to be more like the NFL, in my opinion. And there's got to be what I say, salary tax, salary cap. Yeah, excuse me, luxury tax, salary cap. I got those two. It's got to be more like the NFL, a salary cap too. I think there's got to be some sort of way to prevent teams from, having so many max players or so many superstars. I mean, it's getting fucking ridiculous. I'm tired of watching. It's bullshit. Like, it's predictable. The thing I love about the NFL, you really don't know what team's going to win it all week one. In the NBA, everybody's at Lakers. Everybody knew who was going to win. It's boring to me.
I mean, why did I put a preseason bet on the Lakers to win the championship in that bubble?
Why? Because they have 2 top 5 players on their fucking team. It was like,
LeBron James. Super teams are terrible, man.
Fucking stupid.
I hate it, dude. The NBA's ruined.
It's ruined.
I loved it so much when I was a kid.
And and here's what, so did I. I was huge. I mean, we grew up in the fucking heyday, just watching Reggie Miller, etc. During the 90s.
Teams, you had your teams, you know what I mean? Players stayed with their, I just don't, AAU basketball ruined it. I've said it a million times. That's exactly what it was.
I just hate it. I do. I absolutely hate it. And here's the thing, too. If LeBron wins it, it's going to be like the easiest fucking trip to the finals. And what's awesome is AD is the best player he's ever played with, too, by the way. Better than Wade. Wade wasn't in his prime when he was with LeBron. He was coming off his prime. AD is the best player that LeBron's ever played with. So LeBron buys another championship. Congratulations, LeBron. Fill your empty fucking legacy trophy case up. I'm fucking over it.
How rigged is NBA? They're wearing their
I know. Kobe dies. Lo and behold, the Lakers fucking win the championship. Yeah,
but they're wearing their black Mambas. They came out and said it next game, so they can clinch it.
I hope the Heat win by 20. How talk about this story? It's not going to fucking happen. But if the Heat come back 3-1 and win it all, it would be fucking incredible.
It would be. Really
and I'm a Jimmy Butler fan for life now. By the way,
I do like Jimmy. I like the butt.
Some other big stories this week. Indiana, and we're in stage 5 now. What the fuck that means, nobody fucking knows. But Governor Holcomb is going to keep extending this bullshit mask mandate as long as he can now. I guess bars, restaurants can open to quote-unquote almost max capacity now, but you have to wear a mask and encourage social distancing. It's fucking stupid. It's so goddamn stupid, guys. And if you want to fucking argue with me now, you literally have no ground to stand on. I mean, I'm not sick. I don't need to wear a fucking mask. I haven't been sick in 6 years.
Who runs this CDC, by the way? Like the mandate, like the CDC, like
unelected bureaucrats. So any big organization, you see the WHO's, the CDC. I mean,
like where I work, they're going by the CDC. You know what I mean?
Who runs it? A bunch of unelected bureaucrats. So this is what sucks about organizations like this: is they have quote unquote decision making power, but they're not elected. These are not elected officials. These are not people chosen by the people. So they don't have authority over us, but they have the ability to sway authority, if that makes sense at all. And that's what pisses me off. That's why I say the government has gotten too big, not just in the power of our elected officials, but we have so many fucking just organizations, multi-level organizations of fucking unelected bureaucrats making decisions like this stupid shit. The CDC don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, I mean, when it comes to this shit, and I grant, you'll say a scientist knows more than me, obviously. Well, how about you fucking be consistent for a week? Because none of the information we've got on this virus is consistent.
I don't think there's a scientist alive that would climb a mountain with a bike on the back of their
on the side of their bike. Yeah, exactly. They're not.
And ride a bike into some poor lady's bush.
Exactly. Hey guys, I'm healthy. I can climb a fucking mountain. I don't need to wear a goddamn mask on my face. And I've seen several people climbing a mountain with a mask on their face, and I just thought, wow, what a fucktard. What a complete fucking idiot. Not only can you not breathe normally, but you got a fucking piece of cloth on your face, and there's nobody within 100 feet of you, asshole. What the fuck are you doing here? Okay? And honestly, I'm one of those people. I have integrity. We're all in a lot of integrity this week. And I've said it every week. I know the virus is real, people, but if it poses no risk to you for most people, if you're not over 60, you're not diabetic, you're not whatever, you don't have pre-existing conditions that make your body feeble and your weak immune system, you are fucking fine. You have no reason to wear a mask. We're going to all learn this down the road, and everyone's going to look at me and be like, man, Matt, maybe we shouldn't have made fucking vast decisions like shutting down the fucking economy, which we have not seen the bottom of yet. We have not seen the worst of this yet.
Well, they just wanted to get a certain guy out of office that didn't have a politic agenda.
Obvious there's more to it. I'm not going to sit here and go.
We'll stay away from that. But
yeah, there's more to it for sure. There's definitely politics involved. I'm telling you right now,
no question.
There's hidden agendas here. And I had a conversation with a former teacher of mine. She literally blocked me on Facebook because I said this to her. She goes, well, what do you think is a huge conspiracy is? I said, well, I haven't figured it out yet, but I said, I am smart enough to know that there's more than meets the eye. And I said, I would love to sit there and tell you what I think's going on, but I don't want to waste my time because I know you're not open-minded enough to even consider what I'm saying. But my theory is they're trying to completely reset the economy. And this goes above and beyond. I mean, there's a lot of levels of this. From not only where we purchase everything, they want it to be they want to completely rid this country and rid the world of mom and pop shops. They want people living at home, shopping at home, doing everything online because you can get everything online. And if you're in front of a computer and you got targeted ads fucking coming at your face, by the way, you got to watch The Social Dilemma on Facebook if you haven't, because you'll kind of understand some of the things I'm talking about here. But if you're at home all day, every fucking day, and you're getting pumped ads in your face, you're just going to be nothing but a consumer. and you're going to make decisions based on what you're seeing every day, what information you're consuming every day. So not only do I think they want to completely reset the economy in that manner, they also want to reset the monetary system. I mean, the only way we're ever
does the coin shortage play into your
it all
conspiracy
plays
here?
all plays into it. You know, people like, well, why do we randomly have a coin shortage? You know, randomly have a coin shortage. Well,
Why do we, by the way? Why do they?
Well, thanks for tuning in to Highly Inappropriate this week, guys.
Yeah, real quick. I'm not going to get super technical here, but fun facts: 22% of money in circulation right now was printed in 2020. So essentially, what you're saying is your money has lost a third of its value since the start of the year, which fucking sucks. If you have any sort of investment, you essentially lost a third of your money. You know, because all they do is print money. Our economy, our government solution to our problems when we run out of money is we just print more money. We throw some money at the economy, and we put a big old Band-Aid on a flesh wound, and we just wait for shit to hit the fan. And it's going to hit a fan. We have a huge bond bubble in this market. Not to turn this into a fucking econ show. I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to say is that they want what the people in power, granted, none of us know who really is in power here. I mean, it's not fucking Donald Trump, okay? Donald Trump doesn't make
negative.
Laws. He signed
fly.
He doesn't make laws, okay?
It's the fly, dude. It's the fly.
It's the fucking fly charge, okay? But at the end of the day, they want to completely rid they want completely paperless. They want a cashless society. Excuse me. There's a few reasons for this, because here's the thing: is the only way we're ever going to get rid of the debt in this country is we're going to have to just inflate it away. We're just going to have to print so much money, and we're just going to inflate away. And the bad news about that is that means everything, or that means the dollar you have in your hand today in 10 years will only be worth 50 cents. So all your money you have, it will be worth less because there's more in circulation. So to give you a little learning lesson here, Duncan, what's something that you love to collect? Football card, baseball card, whatever.
Cards, yes.
Why is an autographed Derek Jeter jersey card worth more than any other, card? Let's just throwing a random fucking card out there. Why is it worth more?
Well, I'm gonna give you this kind of to play off what you're saying. In the 90s, like a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie in the 90s was worth a ton of money until they realized the Upper Deck was printing them like fucking $100 bills back then, and then all the value went away. So what card people did since then is they put barcodes on them, and they
limited edition.
They limited cards. So like you have an autograph, my Steph Curry rookie auto. It's numbered out of 250. So there's only 250 ever made. That's it. Autograph cards.
Okay.
There's one of ones and 10s and 20 numbered out of all that. So you know what I mean. Like the lower the number, the more it's worth. Yeah.
Okay, so think about that in the way of cash. The more cash in circulation, and granted, I'm not
exactly. It's like they're printing Ken Griffey Jr. rookie cards.
We make decisions on this country based on the fact that we think we can print money recklessly, and because honestly, at the end of the day, it's got no effect on the people, on the billionaires. It's got no effect on politicians that have their hands in people's pockets. And what's funny, and I put this on Facebook the other day, and I'm sure a bunch of my liberal friends got all butthurt. The same people that vehemently. That's a big word. Support the shutdown of the economy. Also bitch about the profits that Jeff Bezos and Amazon have made since then, and they do not understand the correlation. And let me tell you the correlation. Well, when you got everybody stuck in their fucking house for 3 months, and their only way to get certain goods is online, where online can you go and get the cheapest of everything? If you can't go to Walmart, if you're grandpa and you can't go to Walmart anymore because you got to wear a fucking mask,
Facebook Marketplace.
You go to Amazon. I'm just telling you, go to Amazon.
I'm messing with it, dude.
That's why Amazon's seeing record profits. It's all. I'm not saying that Jeff Bezos is planning this all, but I'm telling you, guess what, guys? There's a master plan to it. I'm just telling you, and.
Who's the man with the master plan?
Here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing is here's the problem with this country is you've got Republicans that think the government is the enemy, and you've got Democrats who think big business is the enemy. The true enemy, and this is why libertarians know what's going on here? The true enemy is when these people come together and work together. But guess what? When you don't have big business, or when you don't have big government, there's no need for big business. And big business doesn't become super big because they can't use the government to lever. I'm done with econ. You get it. I'm done. Right. I'm done. You get it.
Did I tell you I'm getting a new butthole tomorrow?
Yeah. Congratulations. We have an asshole update here on Highly Inappropriate. This is a big show.
We're back. We're
going to have a big show. What's going on with your butthole before we get the fuck out of here?
I just been bleeding through my pants again at work, man. It's getting ridiculous. It's just not stopping.
Your period's going.
I'm going to see a specialist to get a new butthole. I had to go see our doctor, Machete. You know, we shared a doctor.
Is she going to re-scope your butthole because it's been a year? You've got a year's.
It's not her. It's not her. It's a specialist that I'm going to see. She referred me to the specialist. But when I went and saw her, I had to drop again, and she had to take a look, you know, and she was like, oh yeah. You know, so she knew instantly that it was not good.
Whoa.
But yeah, we're going, man. She had to – funny thing, she did stop, and she was like, I had to ask you a personal question. And I was like, yeah, go ahead. What's up? And she's like, do you anal sex? And I said,
does your boyfriend fuck you in the ass?
Yeah, do you anal sex? I said, not since my uncle babysitted me when I was a little. But yeah, she sent me to a specialist. Go tomorrow. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna get it plugged up. You know what I mean? Bind some roids up, and I'm gonna be back, man. I'm officially an old man. Officially an old guy.
You're gonna have a brand new asshole. You're gonna be ready to go, but maybe you will get laid. Do you think your wife will fuck you with a brand new asshole? Because I'm
just ready to not wear underwear with toilet paper lined in it, you know, so I don't bleed. You know what I mean?
Oh,
sad days, man. Sad days when you get old. It sucks.
All right.
Cheers.
All right, before we cut out, we got to do a Florida man. Every week I go straight to Google. I type in a Florida man. Whatever comes up. And lo and behold, and I kind of feel this guy's pain right now because I've been getting fucking calls out the ass about this. A Florida man was arrested 2 days ago for threatening a census taker with a gun.
A who?
A census taker. A census taker. I've never
census. Oh, like checking your house, how many people are there and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
I've been getting.
I had one come to my house, dude, and I was pissed off when he came. Dogs were going nuts and shit, and it was like an older lady. I had to shoot her away. I said, shoot. Yeah.
So in Bunnell, Florida, a Florida man was arrested for using an assault-style weapon to threaten. I heard it was an AK-47, so he pulled an AK-47 on a census guy. I was reading another.
Nice. I mean, you got to do that sometimes. You know?
Yeah, come to his house for a nationwide count for every U.S. resident. Michael Cooper, 32, was arrested Monday after threatening a census taker.
Michael Cooper, huh?
Michael Cooper.
Former Lakers guard.
Yeah.
Played for Lakers back with Magic back in the day.
Neighbors told deputies that Sweeney's U.S. Census Bureau badge was clearly identified when he approached Cooper sitting on the porch of his home. The census taker identified himself as a federal worker, according to an incident report. Cooper yelled at Sweeney to leave, went into his home, and returned with an assault-style weapon. Honestly, Sweeney, somebody tells you leave their fucking house, you probably should do it, bub. You know, just assume if you see one drunk asshole on the porch that there's maybe only one drunk asshole living there, and you just write that down in your census paper and get the fuck out of there.
I mean, in Florida, read the room. Like, I wouldn't go up to the house.
Read the room. Is this guy high on meth? The odds are, yes, he is high on meth, for sure.
You got to read the room, guy. You got to read the room.
So Cooper's facing a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. No lawyer was listed for him on an online court docket. Jail records showed Cooper being held at a $7,500 bond at Flagler County Jail on Tuesday.
Hey, next time that we have Harlen on, we have to bring up Florida man, dude.
We have to bring up Florida man, so we got to get a live Florida man.
He's right. He has Florida man stories, I'm sure, down there on the line.
Like, tell me about
the Georgia-Florida line. I guarantee it gets a little wild down there.
Meth. I'm telling you right now in Jacksonville.
It gets a little wild down there, I guarantee it.
Jacksonville's a whole nother level of redneck that we don't even understand here.
They are very conservative down there.
They're Limp Bizkit, dude.
The Limp Bizkit, exactly.
They are Limp Bizkit.
We're going to be the Limp Bizkit of podcasting here soon. So thank you guys so much for listening to Highly Inappropriate. Make sure you follow Harlen there. He's going to be back on the show too. Cool story, man. Awesome letter. I hope Arthur Blank writes his ass back. You know, just says, "Hey, dude, sorry, we suck."
You think he'll probably proofread my letter, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He's got to. We might write a dual letter to the Pacers. Like, hey, we're tired of this shit.
Maybe not the Pacers. Just the NBA in general.
Just the NBA in general. Like, hey, get your shit together, people.
Yeah, we got to get these super teams fucking done with. Like, small markets are dying. It's stupid. People are flipping.
Dying. People are crying.
Dude, Victor Oladipo is literally doing what he's like Paul George 2.0. He's doing the exact same thing.
Only not as good.
Only not as good, and
it's true.
Didn't come back as well from a leg injury. Thank you guys so much for listening to Highly Inappropriate. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes or Spotify or iHeartRadio, whatever your podcasting app you use. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. It's huge. Our follows are going up, and
huge.
It's huge. It's real huge. We didn't even talk about the debates, which have been, honestly, I've just got the highlights. I've not watched either live. The first one. I mean,
will you shut up, man?
Will you shut up, man? Hilarious. We're gonna pull that clip too, by the way. That'll be the intro. But yeah,
put it on there.
Like our new Facebook page, follow us on Twitter and Instagram /Highly Inappropriate Podcast. Our new Facebook page is H.I Entertainment. Thank you, motherfuckers, so much for listening. We will be back next week with a bunch of ridiculous, dumb, stupid shenanigans for just a bunch of white guys.
Yeah.
Will you shut up, man?